Good morning. It's Wednesday morning and I haven't vlogged yet this week, so that's smart of me. I've written about 800 words this morning. I wrote about 500 words yesterday. Monday morning I wrote about 2,000 words. I will put the cumulative total up on the screen. I wrote a bit more this morning because it's currently 20 to 8 and I haven't left work yet because I'm cycling this morning. The weather is not raining for once, that's nice. And I don't have to bring my laptop home from work. I don't have to take my laptop back to work. So I figured I'd use, because when I cycle, I can get an extra 45 minutes of writing in, which hence I've written about 800 words this morning rather than 500. I suppose for opening the vlog as well, I need to do an introduction. So I am VA Winter, I'm an indie author, I write speculative fiction, and on this channel I am documenting life with a full-time job whilst trying to be an author. It's not fun. I'm going to head off, do the final little bits to get ready, fill my water bottle up, and I'll talk to you at some point later on. Good evening. It is evening. I don't normally do this in an evening. I am preparing to do a course. It's a course on historical fiction, writing historical fiction with the historical fiction author Caroline Lee. I love her books. I think I've read all three. I think she's only got the three out. I've got Glass Woman, and then I borrowed the other two from the library as Prize Women and The Metal Heart. And they're all three set in slightly different time periods. So The Glass Woman is like 17th century Norway or Iceland or one of those countries. Prize Women is set in like 1930s Canada, and The Metal Heart is set in World War II up in the Highlands in Scotland. And I just love the way she just seems to do these deep dives into these historical periods and then write these and they are really good novels. They feel very authentic anyway, and they feel very well researched and well written. I would love to write like a proper historical fiction novel one day. And this course came up and it wasn't that expensive, and I just thought, just do it. Unfortunately, it's on Thursday nights, which means I've got to do 2 hours of brain work after doing an hour of writing this morning, more than an hour of writing. Well, no, it was about an hour of writing this morning because we woke up with a headache. That was a whole other story. And 8 hours of work during the day. We've got that evening afternoon debate again. It's 5:15. I don't know whether it's afternoon or evening. Hello, it's Saturday. I've just finished writing for the day. I've been writing all day, really, today. It's how I like my Saturdays. I've just hit 60,000 words in the manuscript. I've gone past the scenes that I was really looking forward to doing, or the chapter that I was really looking forward to doing. So I'm past that now. Even though I was really looking forward to it, and I love that chapter, it was hard to write, like just from getting the dialogue right and getting the way the scene's constructed right. It was actually really hard, so it went really slowly, so I did get a little bit stuck. It's been a week of ups and downs this week, but I'm really pleased with where I am at the minute. I'm 60,000 words in. I should finish this draft in the next 3 weeks, and that is amazing. I feel like I've only just started it. I feel like, how am I this far on? And I think it's having the outline. As I'm going through, I'm seeing ways that I could potentially improve the story. Like with the scene I'm working on right now, I'm thinking, because I've got some flashbacks in this story again, and I'm thinking actually I could probably combine some of those flashbacks into the scene that I'm currently writing in the present day. Instead of separating them out into different chapters, have them as more of a natural sort of the character remembering this stuff. So there's those things that are coming up, but for the most part I've got everything down in the outline. It's only when odd bits of dialogue come up or something in the outline just doesn't quite work, which it isn't very often, that I'm getting stuck. And I think that has been really helpful, having done an outline. The outline for this book was like 20,000 words, and I did wonder at the time, I thought, is this 20,000 words I could have just been writing in the draft? But I think taking the time to do that, write that long outline, has really benefited the speed of my writing. It's meant that I'm more capable of just sitting down and writing rather than having to sit down and spend half of my writing session trying to figure out what exactly happens next and how to get a character from A to B. So far, the outlining process is working. I've only been working on this for 6 weeks. I'm on track at the moment still to finish by the sort of 5th of May. But right now, I'm going to go. Got some food on, cooking. And then I'm reading this evening. I'm reading House of Marion. I can't remember the author name again. I'm terrible for this. It was another one off that romantasy list. It's hard to explain. This girl has been on the run with her mother for years. She's got like a type of dark magic in her, which if the ruling kind of orders of this magical world were to know about, they would kill this girl because of this dark magic. There are people who are specifically, it's their job almost to hunt this type of dark magic out and kill the person bearing it. And this girl is trying to hide this dark magic. And it's kind of a story about her trying to deny that part of herself and trying to hide it, trying to suppress it, trying to get rid of it so that she can be accepted by this magical world. I'm really interested to see where it goes. I think it's at the beginning of a series. It feels like the beginning of a series. I don't know whether I ever mentioned that I finished Guild by Raven Kennedy, but I did want to just quickly mention that. I don't think I did because I think something happened on Monday and I got distracted and I forgot. But I finished Guild last week by Raven Kennedy and I've returned that to the library, so I no longer have a copy of it, so I'll put the cover here. That was another sort of romantasy, but it was very much the setup for a series. So I enjoyed it, kind of. I can see where it's going. I've got the second one, which I think is called Glint, from the library. So I've got that to read in the next few weeks as well. So I'll read that and see where it goes. I have seen a spoiler because I was on Raven Kennedy's social media and I saw a spoiler for the series. So I'm like, well, I mean, I could have guessed that's where it was going to go, but I didn't need the spoiler. She didn't post the spoiler. It was in a comment on a post. And obviously because the book is several years old, it's fine. And I will probably talk to you tomorrow to close out the vlog. And that's that. That's the week. It's not been a very exciting week. I feel like the last 2 weeks were quite exciting because we had the end of the quarter and I had time off work. We had the beginning of the new quarter. I was doing my planning and it was a bit more interesting, but this week has just been one of those weeks of one foot in front of the other and do what I've got to do kind of vibes. I'll hopefully be finishing House of Marion tonight, so I'll kind of do a bit of a wrap up in the next vlog. I'm just literally at the minute, and it's what I just keep telling myself, is just put one foot in front of the other. I've got my plan for the quarter, I've got my sticky notes, I know what I've got to do each day. I've just got to sit down and do it. And I think I get into that routine and those habits and that way of being that, I don't know, I kind of lose the ability to think a little bit, which is not good. So I think that's all there is to say. So I'm going to sign off the vlog here. If you like the video, give it a like. If you want to subscribe, and I'll see you next time with another video.